Hey, this is Josh Wrong, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio on 89.5 KOPN, Columbia.
That's right, it is. KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. It is 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Time once again for Open Mic Radio. Welcome to the show. We are going to get it rolling with one from our featured artists today. Check it out. This is Tavair Dominque.
Beautiful airwaves out there. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday. My name is Tavair, and I'm a Columbia native. This is a song of mine based off of Doctor Who called Phoenix Rising, a Space Cowboy. Lonely, tired eyes try to search the sky. Sky only turned into space. Space is never clear, only darkness and your fears. Emptiness, hoping you can find things. So I came to see that's all follow me. Chase me all across the galaxies. Still I run. Still I run. I can bounce between the planets. Man, I just can't stand it. Everywhere I go, it seems to follow. Never had to hide so much. Become cold to love and touch. This is the contract I signed up for. So I came to see past that follow me. Chase me all across the galaxies. Still I run. Still I run. Look, I've been slowing down real fast. Well, try to catch up to the past. 'Cause the past has a score it needs to settle. And the end is drawing near. Oh, to face my final fear. At the edge of the galaxy. So I came to see the past that follow me. It will chase me all across the galaxies. Still I run. Still I run. Still I run. Still I run. Thank you. Right on. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for having me, Mike. Yo.
How about it, everybody? Welcome to the program. It is Open Mic Radio, Saturday, the 23rd of September. No, November 2024.
Sometime.
Great to be with y'all on another wonderful Saturday afternoon. Lots of great music in store for the next couple hours, and a few friends dropping by, as they do. I'm glad you're with us. So we do this most every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. Live music and interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. We are proving it again this afternoon. And thrilled to be here. Okay, my name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined as usual by my good friend, Kind Kurt.
Hello,
we got
Michael, and hello, Claysville. Thanks for tuning in.
Claysville, all right. We got
fried chicken I ever had.
we got Sea Lark with us in the house. Kristen's here, Andrew's here, a.k.a. the January Lanterns. Looks like Tony Lothman's in the house as well. We got, anyway, full house here this afternoon. Thrilled to be here, and happy to do it, okay? But what we do is feature awesome local and regional music and the artists who create it. We do it, and we're happy to, all right? Just a beautiful fall afternoon, and I'm looking very forward to the show. We've got Tavair Dominque with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Tav's in the house. He is making some super cool music, and I'm real happy to have him with us today. Kristen and Andrew Camp are with us, a.k.a. or otherwise known as the January Lanterns. We're going to get to chat with all these folks in just a little bit here, but Dylan McCord, my good friend, I was hoping Dylan would be by this afternoon, but looks like he's not going to make it this afternoon. Ian Cook, I have a great friend from Kansas City we'll be talking to on the phone a little bit later in some non-music related information. Michael Fields, another friend of mine from around town, maybe showing up to join us, but Justin may be dropping by. Rocket Kirshner was going to join us, Kurt, this afternoon, but he's not feeling well, so we're going to reschedule. Yeah, so we'll reschedule with Rocket. And
here's to a speedy recovery.
Yes, get well soon, sir. All right. You never know who else may be dropping by, so stick with us, okay? All right, at some point, maybe we'll try to do a rundown of things that are happening around town tonight, tomorrow, Kurt?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
I know one thing that's happening is the January Lanterns.
January Lanterns tonight at Rose.
At Rose.
I believe the doors are at 6, I want to say, and show begins at 7.
And
hey, woo!
How about
it?
Yeah. Kurt got it right for once.
Actually, knowing what's going on.
There wants to see.
Everyone gets lucky once in a while, Mike.
Anyway, right? What do they say? A stopped clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so we are down
must
here.
Be on my second part of the day.
we're down here at the lovely KOPN facilities, 401 Bernadette Drive, and thrilled to be here. Fantastic show. Last week we hosted a live remote. Last week from the LVX Lounge here in Columbia. That's
more like we were hosted by.
Man, we were hosted by. It was an incredible bunch of music, though. We had Elephant Foot performed down there last Saturday. Zawata performed. Yeah, Kind Kurt himself performed. I think we got like 5 or 6 songs from Kurt. It was outstanding. So, anyway, a bunch of great music last weekend down at LVX Lounge. I sure appreciate those folks down there, Bernard and Kitty. Shout out to you two for hosting us, and also to the people here at KOPN that made it possible. Our wonderful GM Dylan Martin, who's also brilliant on the technical side, helping make these live remotes happen, and also my great friend Jackie Castile hanging out here at the running the board here while we were over there. So
times, and it was
I love it. So anyway,
great job.
If you missed the show, the podcast is out there, so check it out. It's cool. All right. A couple more things, and we will get back to the music. Big thank you to Peter Rabbit, grooving on the one mic from 2 o'clock until 4. One mic. The how does Pete phrase it? I think it's the best. No. The latest and the legends in hip hop and R&B. Yeah. So check that out from 2 to 4. One mic. Awesome stuff. R&B, hip hop, rap. Digging it here on KOPN. All right. We do it from 4 to 6. Before I neglect to say that we've got Morgan and a Motherland Jam from noon to 2.
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
that's
right?
a real good show.
Incredible stuff. Music from across the continent of Africa. We do it from 4 to 6. And what happens at 6, Kurt? Rosh Shumba and a reggae party coming at you from 6 to 8, the best in roots rock reggae right here on KOPN. And from 8 to 11, we've got Blues on Broadway, awesome blues music from Chris. And just keep it dialed in here, all right? We got your imagination station, all right? It's KOPN, and we're rocking and rolling this afternoon. And imagine that, right? All right, if you want to be a part of it, give us a ring, 573-443-8255. You can say hi to the gang, or tell us. Well, you got to be nice. Just right? Just be nice. Tell us how much you
Lead
love
with
us.
kindness.
Very much, right? Anyway, for today's show, we are lucky to have Tavair Dominque join us. Tav has a history back here in Colombia, but lives out on the East Coast now.
True. This is my hometown,
in Baltimore.
Yo, I get all mushy and gushy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would like to learn a little bit more about it, but before we do that, let's have another song from Tav. Then we'll get Kristen and Andrew in here. We'll talk a little bit about the January Lanterns and what they're up to, and then we'll go from there. All right?
Right on, I got you.
All right, Tavair Dominque, you're listening to it here. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and back with you in just a minute.
The song goes out to anybody and everybody that's in love, might be in love,
Hopes to be in love.
hopes to be in love. It's called Neapolitan ice cream.
I love it.
Neapolitan ice
It's my favorite. All three flavors.
I get so nervous just thinking about your smile. All these things I'm feeling I haven't felt in a while. I often think about, hey, if you're thinking about me. I often think about saying us out and we. So I don't mind, no, I don't mind falling for you. I don't mind, no, falling for you. That river sunset, what a beautiful scene. Sitting next to you, girl, felt like a dream. You help me to recycle, even care about the bees. You help me be the man I always wanted to be. So, I don't mind, no, I don't mind falling for you. I don't mind, no, falling for you. If I can't be yours, guess I'll see you in my dreams. Eclectic spirit, baby, in Neapolitan ice cream. I adore you and hold you in highest esteem. So I don't mind, no, I don't mind falling for you. I don't mind, no, falling for.
Thank you. That's some Neapolitan ice cream for you guys here in this nice Missouri brisk 30-degree weather when I wake up.
It's cool out there in Baltimore, too, though.
It is. They just got their snow. They got us beat here.
All right. So, everyone, welcome to the program, okay? Tavair Dominque, thank you, my friend, for being here.
Yes.
It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We're about 4:15 now on this 23rd of November, 2024. Hope things are good for you out there. Coming up on the holiday season here, and, lots to be grateful for, and there's always a way, no matter where you're at. If you're living, there's a reason. Okay. Tavair, what the hell? I'm trying to even figure out how we even crossed paths. I think that the first time we actually spoke was your buddies from Elephant Foot, I think, or maybe it was Ruby Lane. It was one of those two.
Yeah.
Were performing here at the studio.
I gave a call in.
And you called in.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I think I was talking to, I don't know if it was Forrest or Adam or one of those guys, and I was like, who's that dude? And they're like, oh my God! And I started hearing the stories of Tavair.
There's Papa Tom. I just got some love to give. That's all.
Well, that's clear, and you got some great music as well.
Thank you.
What's for people who aren't familiar, let's get a little bit about your background. And we'll talk for a few minutes, and then we'll drag Kristen and Andrew in here
Sure,
because you guys are friends as well. It turns out.
Yeah.
In fact, Kristen, come on, you might as well. Come on.
I'm OG Townie folk. I grew up here in Columbia, and it's pretty awesome to come back and see the difference. But I live out there in Baltimore, Maryland now, which I never thought I'd be in any other state but Missouri,
originally
honestly.
from Columbia.
Originally from Columbia.
And
I miss you.
Yeah,
We miss you a lot here.
I miss y'all so much because I ain't got no family out there.
And you went to school together, you two, right? Is that right? Or the whole bunch of you here?
Yeah,
was that Hickman, or was that Rockbridge, or was that?
I'm Rockbridge 11, so.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rockbridge 07.
Yeah, go off,
Okay.
Queen, go
Okay.
off. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess music background. How did you decide to
Actually,
get into the thing?
I gotta give a shout out to my dear friend over here in this corner. Old Nate Bertine goes by Hardy but Hardly here.
That's right.
Because we grew up in the tunes. He was the first person, actually my graduation present, he got me a Fender Squire. Sunburst, I was like, it was to die for. And so,
That's incredible.
Yeah, so we started, really poking around with music. I picked up a bass there. I grew up on the drums, taking...
And so that was a Strato, right? The Squire was
yeah. So actually, I grew up as well doing drum lessons over at the Armory with good old... Bummer the drummer.
Yeah. So you're a multi-instrumentalist.
I try, yes, indeed. And then
what's your love though? What's your go-to?
Oh, writing. I'm actually a poet by bass. Here, I don't.
Do you write on the guitar? Do you write on the piano? Do you write on the drums?
Mostly on guitar.
Not many people write on the drums, but some do.
Yes, it's true. Some do.
Some do.
Go off with it.
Right? Clark's
we
like,
got
yes,
a
we
drummer
do.
in the house that does it. Absolutely.
Right.
But yeah, my writing nature is guitar first. It's the one thing that's pretty accessible to me.
Right.
But yeah, I do love just a pen and pad as well. And I love to give a shout out. I'm going to be throwing a Kickstarter together here soon because I'm aiming to release a poetry book by April 2025.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It deals a lot with mental health and the love of the world, gratitude, to a short sci-fi poetry series about a guy who gets hit by a geomagnetic storm in an international space station. Some wild stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, how do you know Kristen and Andrew?
The beautiful music scene here. Actually, we did a creative mornings together, I believe, and that was really enjoyable to get to see y'all there.
And when was that? Because you've been gone for a few years.
It's been a couple of years, but
How is that even possible?
I know. Time flies when you're going through time, I guess. I don't even.
Let's write a sci-fi about it.
Yeah, I don't want to say what it used to be. We got to adjust that. So,
Time flies when you're going through time, no doubt.
Yeah,
All right. Well, Kristen and Andrew are performing tonight at Rose Music Hall.
Yes.
Get your tickets.
So let's tell us a little bit about that, and then and they're a little bit tight for time, so I'm going to try to get a couple songs from them and let them go sound check or whatever these professional musicians need to do. But what's up with January Lanterns? So, of course, you're familiar with the program. We've been friends for a long time now, and I'm thrilled with your success, and I guess I don't even know that much about it. So tell us what's happening with the band.
Yeah, so we released a new song on Wednesday, and we decided what a better way to celebrate than to have a little release show. We met some bands at Folk Alliance this year. And
where's that?
That was in Kansas City. It's International Folk Alliance, and it's a conference for people like us who love folk music. And they just love Columbia and wanted to come and enjoy the music scene. So we said, let's do a show together. So Gold Pine is that band that we met. And then also Certsy is coming from St. Louis, and they're Americana folk.
Both of them.
Yes.
Similar style. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so that's tonight at Rose.
Yes. We're so
Doors
excited. Doors at 6.
Doors at 6.
Show at 7.
Show at 7.
Yeah. Oh man, you got it right the second time. So you're on a roll.
That's great. I love when my guests give Kurt trouble and I don't have to. That's the best.
There you go.
Right. All right. How about you got time for a song or two?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to play our new one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is called Howl at the Sun.
Yeah, Kurt. Let's. I'm gonna have you bring Andrew's vocal mic back a little bit, actually, and then. And I think that's probably going to be good right about there. So, yeah. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We're on the web at kopn.org. She's good there. And if you're listening on the traditional airwaves, 89.5 FM, appreciate that. And all of you out there, enjoy this wonderful stuff. New music from the January Lanterns.
Back door cracked open, sitting around lunchtime. I know we're not old, but it's been a long, long time. The breeze is bundled all around your skin. Freckles just keep laughing in the sun. The willows are weeping when you walk under, and the birds all sing one tune. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Used to wrap up a shade, scared of what the heat would do. The sun like it knows to call back. Oh, like it knows to call back. Caverns of corals, deep quiet concern. Too wired to think, and the shivers can't stop. Waves of light going around your face while you're dancing in fields of miracles, making hickories feel weak at the knees, and the birds all sing. Scared of what the heat would do. Now we howl at the sun like it knows to call back. Oh, like it knows to call back. Like it knows to call back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Used to wrap up a shade, scared of what the heat would do. Now we howl at the sun like it knows to call back.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. All right. The January Lanterns tonight, 7 o'clock down at Rose. Incredible stuff. Chris and Andrew, thank you very much. Let's get another one from these two before they have to scoot out of here. And your lovely daughters are here with us as well. We've got Ray and
Capri.
And Capri with an S at the end of it. Both of them. Well, I guess a couple of them, or one of them's into the music scene, I guess,
Yeah.
and you have two sons as well. So
Yeah, we got a big family.
a big family, and a couple of wonderful musicians pulling it off in the meantime. And so, you can always do it, apparently. Right?
We try. It's hard.
No, but it's hard no matter what.
That's
I
true.
think, and it's easy to make excuses no matter where you are in life to say, well, I got kids, so I can't do this, or I don't have
Right.
kids, so I can't do this, or I have this problem or that problem. But that's just your own dragons and demons trying to drag you down. So clearly. It's possible, and you two are making it obvious. So I love what you're doing. Thank you for the beautiful music, and let's hear another one from these two before they scoot off to Rose tonight. Okay.
Yeah, this one is called Take a Breather, and it's about having ADHD and wanting to do literally all the things all the time, every day, every
Not enough
moment.
time in the day, but you want to get it all done.
But at the end of the day, you realize maybe what you really need is to take a big, giant, deep breath.
How about it?
And hug the ones that you love. So that's what this song is about.
All right, I love it. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, January Lanterns.
Everything feels so official in the air, and the sky keeps moving. Everyone talking freedom in the air, and the sky keeps moving. Staying in the bounds of a single picture frame, and there's more that I can do. What else can I do? What else can I do? I'll drive 2,000 miles in less than 2 days. Swim the ocean and back home for supper. Take an air balloon around the whole earth and parachute home just to see how that moves. So on second thought, stay home and take a breather. But it is I didn't do. Crowded rooms are bringing up my nerves, and the water and the creeks keep flowing. Take a sip just to have the words come out, and the water and the creeks keep flowing. There's no home at the end, and there's more that I could do. What else can I do? What else can I do? Drive 2,000 miles in less than 2 days. Swim the ocean and back home for summer. I'll take an air balloon around the whole earth and parachute just to see how that works. On second thought, let's just stay home and take a breather. walking in the shade of a leafless tree. And there's more that I can do. What else can I do? What else can I do?
Beautiful.
Wow, awesome stuff. All right. January Lanterns tonight at Rose Music Hall. 6 o'clock
Doors
doors,
at
7 o'clock? Yeah.
Yeah, doors are at 6 and shows at 7.
Thank you so much for having us, Mike. You are so supportive of all music in Columbia and afar. I mean, I'm really thankful to have you in our community.
It's pretty cool.
It is. It's really special.
Well, I get to do this. I get to hear incredible music and get to meet with wonderful artists and get to share your stories with other people. So it's a two-way street. I don't do it just for everybody else. I get a little bit out of it myself, I have to say, and I'm thrilled to be able to do it though. And we have such a wonderful community here in mid-Missouri. Artists in general, not just music, but we've got a wonderful art scene. There's some great writers here. There's wonderful poetry here, visual arts, movie making, all that stuff. So I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm thrilled that you all are too. So
thank you.
All right,
We're
Kristen.
excited to hear more from Tav.
How
Yeah.
about it, right? Tavair Dominque with us. He's going to be, we've got a couple things to kind of wrap up between now and the 5 o'clock hour, but right around 5, we're going to kind of set Tav loose for 35, 40 minutes and let him do it up for you, all right?
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna get wild.
Yeah.
but like radio version wild, not like for real wild. Because like we gotta keep it throttled back just a little bit.
right. But we'll be doing it up between now and then. I've got Tony Lotvin's with us. The Last Waltz, what's turned out to be a sort of a tradition here now in Columbia, and sort of a tradition to have Tony on the air talking about it for the last few years. So we'll get with Tony here in a few minutes. I have a great friend of mine named Ian Cook who's on the line for me from Kansas City. We're going to kind of shift gears for a second here. I'm going to let the musicians take a break, and we'll talk with Ian for a few minutes. And you guys are welcome to hang around and in fact, chime in. Tav, I'd like to actually hear your comments on some of the stuff that Ian and I will be talking about. But anyway, we'll have more music in just a little bit here, and we'll talk with Tony Lotvin about The Last Waltz. And stick around because top of the hour here at 5, we'll have Tavair playing a full set for us. Okay. So big thank you to the January Lanterns. Once again, they will be performing this evening at Rose Music Hall. 6 o'clock doors, 7 o'clock show. Kristen, who are you performing with again? Sorry.
Gold Pine and Certsy.
And what's their stories?
So Gold Pine is from Nashville, and they're a husband-wife duo as well. And they tour nationally, and they've actually played for the Kansas City Chiefs, the national anthem. They've sung the national anthem in front of Taylor Swift, might I add.
Whoa.
She was there.
Say
so,
less.
I mean, come on.
I'm
and
a
then
Swiftie.
Certsy is from St. Louis, and they're a folk Americana band, and they just put out an album. And it is awesome. So,
And how are you familiar with these two bands?
Travis Fune?
Foots, yeah.
Futes, yeah.
I know, that's a hard one, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name, but first name, Travis, and the Stardust Cowboys, he actually put us in contact with them and said that we'd be a great fit together. So that's how we met them.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
and tip of the hat to Rose for letting you guys pull it off like that. So that's cool, right?
Yep, very cool.
All right, have a great show tonight,
yes,
okay?
Thank you.
Andrew, cheers. All right, bye, girls.
Everybody make sure you make it down to the show tonight. You're in for a treat.
That's right. All right, so now we will say hello without further delay to my great friend, Ian Cook. Hi, bud.
Hey there, Mike. Hey, how's it going?
It's good. How are you doing?
Good, yeah, doing well. Enjoying the Saturday. We've got beautiful weather out here on the Kansas side if you guys are in the same boat.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Last couple of days were a little chilly and kind of overcast, but today kind of cleared up and warmed up a little bit, so it was nice.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, always nice.
Hey, Ian. So for people who aren't familiar, what might you and I be talking about?
Yes. So our conversation today should span mental health work, psychedelic-assisted therapy. I'm sure folks out there have been hearing the rumors and hearing the word of psychedelic therapy is becoming this new, I guess, resurrection of the old scene, and people getting back to the work of treating really hard to work on conditions like depression, PTSD, addiction treatment, suicide prevention, all these really, really hard things. We're kind of finding we're rediscovering this new realm of healing.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it, to rediscover it. And Missouri, believe it or not, actually sort of leading the way in some of these fields, or maybe not leading the way, but certainly at the forefront.
Oh, certainly, especially here in the Midwest. Yeah, no, agreed, definitely.
What's how did you get connected to the scene? Maybe we should tell people how you and I met.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. A little backstory for sure. So I met Mike through some contacts I made in the Kansas City scene. There's a lobbyist based out in Kansas City, and I think in Columbia. He spends time in Columbia too. Ethan Thampe.
Sure, Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah. So I met him about 3 years ago now. There was this initial Kansas City Psychedelic Society that had popped up after that first COVID pandemic kind of lifted. The quarantine had lifted, so people were starting to get out and about. Kansas City Psychedelic Society had kind of been this quiet entity online, and then they hosted a few in-person meetings, and that was kind of the start of me really finding the local network here. I'd kind of done some mental health psychedelic networking for about a year before that, just kind of online in the larger scene. But I was looking for more local work, trying to see who was in the area doing stuff. And also, so happy to find that.
And I just want to add, for both of us, for personal reasons, I think that both you and I have been personally benefited from that type of work.
Oh, certainly. Yes. No, for myself, massive mental health benefits. Just to share some of my own stuff, I've had anxiety and depression since high school, and went through some recovery treatment as well. So, my wife and I, we got sober a few years ago, and after I kind of engaged with some psychedelic therapies in super intentional, super structured ways, I'm happy to say that drinking's not even a thought that I have these days. So, massive potential, massive personal benefits for sure.
And so, what do you? I think that you're a musician as well, and I know that you've been kind of embarking on a few different projects. But for as far as the professional side, are you concentrating on any of this stuff for actual on your actual business side of your life?
Yes, no, yeah, thanks for asking. I have a consulting company, a consulting practice called Alva Dean Consulting. It's spelled ALVADEAN. Alva Dean was my grandfather, who was a psychiatrist based out of Topeka. He did his residency at the Meningers Foundation, and then did some work with the VA. Since he was also in the Navy as well. So he's one of my big inspirations and the namesake of the consulting practice of so we mentioned music. I'm also a poet and an artist, so I really know the creative side of things. And so my grandpa is my kind of he's my left brain inspiration, and then I have my right brain creativity inspiration, and trying to find this middle ground between them both. That's a big part of my work is educating. What are psychedelics? How can people intentionally use them for mental health, emotional wellness, daily processing? What does it look like to prepare for an experience? What does it look like to integrate an experience afterwards, and kind of get back to daily living and integrate it into your new life? Teaching folks holistic practices, so breathwork, meditation, creative writing, journaling. These were things that were massively beneficial for me as I was going through my own therapies and treatments. And so just teaching what I know and teaching what I've experienced really helps having a system that you can kind of work in as a framework for your own kind of healing. I definitely recommend it. Yes.
I think it's fantastic, and I want to add that. Dylan showed up. Dylan. We got people coming in and out of here, Ian. So, but I want to say that when Ian and I had first met, we had gotten together. I guess it was sort of a group of people that were sort of like-minded, but we became friends. And you actually sent me a couple of photos and images of some of the writings that you had done in journaling. And for me, journaling has been a big thing. I have to admit, I don't do it as much as I did when I was younger, but there was a particular time in my life when it was extremely valuable, and I still do it. I just don't do it as frequently. But some of your journal entries that you were so kind and vulnerable enough to send to me, to share with me, I just was absolutely blown away and thrilled to see that stuff, because it helps people that don't do it.
Of course, yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So
funny enough. So I've been teaching a creative writing class in the space for a number of years too, and I often ask folks, like, when was the last time you had a creative writing class, or like a workshop, or like sat down and wrote some poems, or maybe a short story or something? And folks say it's like, yeah, like high school, maybe college. Right. But I think creating the opportunity for that, massive benefits. I see journaling and creative writing as like, you have all these thoughts and your feelings in your body. Like, you have to work them through your body. You have to get them out. Otherwise, you'll ruminate. You'll keep it all inside. So I see.
Todd's shaking his head.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. You're taking these like amorphous thoughts and feelings that don't have a concrete form, and you're working it through your body. You're writing on a piece of paper, and that's, in my opinion, that's a magical process. That, if you think of like what spellcasting is at like the very base of it, you're writing words and symbols on a paper, and those words and symbols have meaning to you personally, and I think that's how we can take the magical and the mundane and put it into our daily practice. I think it's a wonderful thing when people can kind of write down, what are they working on? What are they feeling? What are your intentions? Like, what are your goals? What do you value in life? Write those things down, like honor them. I think that's a beautiful, super simple, everyone can do it. Again, just like teaching people of like, oh, you can take 5-10 minutes a day, sit down with a piece of paper, do a little meditation, do a little deep breathing, and then just write. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Where are you, like, right now in time and space? Yeah.
There is something too about writing something down, even in like a professional sense. Like when I'm at work, if I have something that I really need to do, I'll write it down, because I got to put that check mark next to it and make sure that I got it done. So writing things down, goals, objectives, or ideas, those kinds of things are great to write down.
Keeping your mental gastrointestinal system.
You got to keep it moving, right?
Because we consistently, we'll pay attention to that when we need to use the restroom in a kind of way, and it's the same thing with our mind food, getting it processed and getting it out. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Agreed.
Ian, that's a friend of mine, Tavair Dominque, in the studio with us this afternoon. He's a wonderful musician, and me, of course, we're this program focuses on music, and I think musicians maybe take that a little bit for granted, because that's what music is. Sort of what you're describing is that wrestling with the stuff in your head and your body, and bringing it out onto paper, and then eventually into the world as music, or poetry, or visual art, or whatever. But on the music side, you're sort of forced into writing a little bit like that.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And well, quickly, hold on. I must say hi to my good friend Dylan McCord, who just walked in.
Hello, Mr. Hagen.
I'm glad that you were able to find a little time.
It all just kind of opened up, and the world said I should be here right now. So
it's the man, the myth, the legend.
That's for sure. Do you and Tav know each other?
Yes.
From back in the day?
Just
just
man. Musicians wandering around the circles and bumping into each other and high-fiving on the way past.
He's one of my favorite sound guys in town.
Oh yeah, he's about as good as I get. So. Ian, let's switch gears to music quickly, because you've been writing, doing some performing, I think, a little bit.
I can share some of my music. So I perform with a solo project, coincidentally also called Al Vadim. That's a namesake I've been keeping around just because my uncle had the name as well, but they're no longer around, so it's a family namesake. But I play it in like a variation of an open C tuning on an acoustic guitar. I came across the tuning from trying to learn an Elliott Smith song
I love Elliott
back
Smith.
in college.
Yeah,
Oh man, around 2011, 2012.
Yeah, wonderful
I
artist.
tuned into for the song, and then forgot
Crazy
what the
story
tuning
too.
was.
Crazy tragic story how he ended up
So sad.
leaving the world. This is absolutely. It's still bizarre. I'm not sure anyone really knows what
So
happened.
sad.
but-
I know. Yeah, me too. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, but yeah, one of my favorite artists. But so I've been playing in this kind of modified open C tuning for about 12 years now, and just I call it like ambient folk, emotive folk. Just I take a lot of I listen to a lot of metal and hardcore and screamo and punk. So I kind of take that emotive energy and then try to turn it into like a folk finger picking.
I would not have guessed that. I have to say, I would.
That's a cool I feel like I want to jam with this guy.
Yeah, no. So I've been doing that for a number of years, and when I play in live settings, I have a whole stereo setup. I've got looper pedals, so I like to do long loops and ambient background and tracks.
Well, hell, we got to get you down here to the station, and we'll do a little music
for
with
sure.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Spell that out for us again. Your music name?
For sure. Alvadine, ALVADEAN. I've got some tracks up on Spotify, and I have a Bandcamp as well.
Okay.
But yeah, no, but the music also works coincidentally really well for like meditation, sound baths, long breathwork sessions. I've done it. I've played for some folks during psychedelic medicine trips as well, just to help guide folks along. So yeah, it's my musical expression. Oh sure, it's how I express. Yeah.
Very cool.
That sounds just lovely.
If people want to find you out there on the interweb world, what's the best way to connect with you?
Definitely. So I'd say the easiest way to find me is with my consulting site, alvadineconsulting.com, ALVADEAN, and then consulting. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I also have a link tree. I think it's linktr.ee/i.p.cook. If you look me up, you should be able to find me on LinkedIn. If you look up the Lawrence Psychedelic Society and Ian Cook, you should be able to find me. And the Lawrence Psychedelic Society is the community peer support group that I've been running for the past couple of years too.
And that's out of Lawrence, Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
But yeah, my work spans from Lawrence, Kansas City, out into Missouri. As we're going, we're building a network.
How's the participation? What kind of feedback are you getting from the community with regard to your local group?
Sure. Yeah. Oh man, the group's been going strong. So that first year was really kind of me seeing what the scene was like, just kind of being this lighthouse for folks and saying like, hey, I'm here. I'm holding space for people that want to come and convene. Just having it as an open education, people asking questions. I just want people to know more. I want people to be educated and to know what they're getting into, and to have community that they can kind of work through all this stuff with. I think community and peer support is just, I think that's the most essential part. And the most important thing that people are looking for these days. Like people want to communicate. They want to be in communion with each other.
I agree. Absolutely.
And finding a way forward.
Yep.
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
I love it, and that's what we're about here, and that's why what they say, birds of a feather, I guess. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Ian, it's been a thrill talking. I'm glad we got hooked back up. So let's plan a time to get you back here to Columbia, and we'll get back on the radio, and we'll play some music, and we'll talk more. Man,
yeah, I'll bring the rig. Man, Mike, I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship and this opportunity. And yeah, let's keep working. Let's keep building.
All right. Once again, Alvadine, ALBADEAN. Find Ian out there, right?
Alvadine Consulting.
Yes,
all right, Ian. Love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yeah, take care, man. Love you.
All right, cheers. All right, Ian Cook, Alvadine Consulting.
I ought to meet that guy.
Yeah, he's real. Yeah. He's real cool. I met him a couple years ago through just serendipity, but
he's doing great work.
Very cool. He is.
Yeah,
for sure.
Shout out to the artists.
All right, so we have Mr. Dylan McCord, part of the project Zawata. Actually, he's the brains behind this whole business called Zawata. And Tavair Dominque with us. We've got Tony Lotvin. I think Adam Wilson's in the house.
Yeah, you see him out there.
Nathan.
Right, Hardy but Harley. Nathan's here. But let's see. So we've got about 10 minutes before top of the hour. Top of the hour, Tav is going to rock and roll us for a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Between now and then, let's talk with Tony a little bit about what's happening at the Blue Note a week from today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Week from today.
All right. The 30th of November, the last waltz.
That is correct.
The 52nd from Last Waltz.
So I think if people have been around here for any length of time, they're probably familiar, at least reasonably, but there's still a lot of people that aren't. So let's tell them what's going on.
120,000 people
Right?
in Columbia. We're trying to get 400 of them out after the Blue Note.
So what's the story with the last waltz? Tell people.
Well, another year. And we had pretty much all the same cast of people, including Mr. Dillon over here.
Yes, sir.
For people who don't even know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
The Last Waltz, the beginning of the story was that epic show that the band hosted where they had these icons come in and sit in and do this collaborative.
Their last show.
Yeah.
Their last show, 1976, in Ballroom in San Francisco.
I was 1 year old.
And they had 5,000 people, and it was on Thanksgiving Day, and they served everybody Thanksgiving dinner, and then they played a show with all these famous rock and rollers and other R&B and blues people.
Completely collaborative community, send off.
And they the last couple hours they just jammed. They all just jammed for a couple hours after all the songs. It went 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's a long show, and the list of participants
was amazing,
mind-boggling.
And the reason that it's so famous is that Martin Scorsese filmed the whole thing, did interviews, and that was his first. He was like at 23 or something.
I didn't realize that data point.
Yeah, 23. Yeah. And so The Last Waltz, which is actually a rock documentary of that concert, it's still like one of the most famous, one of the still considered one of the best rock documentaries of all time.
Right.
For those people that aren't familiar with the band, because I do run into people say, the band, who's the band? Which band? Which band is that? And the truth is they were mostly Canadian, and they came together under Ronnie Hawkins. They were a backup band for Ronnie Hawkins, who, by the way, was a rocker back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Pat Kay plays...
Pat Kay loses his mind when he plays that part.
He does, man. He does it great.
He has like the full toe wiggle.
That's exactly
gets
right.
super ugly about
the
it.
The hat, everything.
Yeah.
The hat, the beard, the whole thing. And anyway, so we come together and do this. If people haven't seen The Last Waltz, you should really go watch the movie or search for it on YouTube, and you'll hear all the songs.
Watch the movie and put that in context of what our local community is like, and the collection of people that we have with the Fried Crawdaddies as the band, because you guys are the elder statesmen.
It's true.
And for you to be the band and host all of us kind of budding participants in all these other scenes, dude. It's
budding while we're waning, right?
But that's how gardens grow, man.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
And
dude, are like
I somehow got the place of Neil Diamond for the last 6 years.
That's right, man. It's a lot of fun.
What song? Also, which Neil Diamond song do you play?
Dry Your Eyes.
So
Neil
that's
Diamond, one that most people are not familiar with.
Song.
Yeah,
so Neil Diamond. Finish that story about the band. After Ronnie Hawkins, they became the backup band for Bob Dylan, and then they went on to their own career as the band with such hits as The Weight,
with Robbie Robertson
and yes,
Anyway, so. And they became kind of like the kind of elder statesmen of that era.
They did.
And, as songwriters and background band and...
So many different hits. Just amazing.
Just the support structure for that whole scene, man.
Well, for Mid-Missouri music, the Last Waltz production that you guys have done now for 7 or 8 years, it's sort of like it's a wonderful palette of Missouri musicians. We've got
the who's who of everybody doing something.
Yeah, I mean,
give me real list.
Yeah, please, because
right.
It's
Tony
people,
is the data man. He's the one.
It's
if
people
you want
that are in
answers,
rock and roll. It's people that are in folk. It's people that are just wonderful R&B singers. I mean, it's a whole slew of talented people from across a whole bunch of different genres. So
yeah, I got my spreadsheet here, man.
All right, let's hear it, man.
I'm the official cat herder.
Everybody, pay attention. This is accurate and consensus data.
Well, we have a 5. Actually, with me.
So first the band, yeah.
With me, it's a 6-piece horn section this year. with Chris Ferris on trumpet, Nancy Dietz on tenor and Barry sax, Roy Bouillon on trombone, I should say, Mike Gill on trombone and tuba, because there was a tuba in the original Last Waltz.
Is that right?
And on all the horn section stuff, which, by the way, Alan Toussaint, the great Alan Toussaint, from writer and performer out of New Orleans, he wrote all the horn parts for the Last Waltz and for the band when they recorded those songs. Huh. And when they were recording, he came up from New Orleans and he got a cab over to the recording studio and went in and realized that he forgot all the arrangements inside the cab. And he sat down
and
wrote the whole thing out from memory.
Brain
Every
Squirrel,
single song.
brought to you by Tony Lotvin.
That's right. Okay, I shall continue. We've added. Yeah, I know, Wayne's World. We added Lindsay Tevabaugh this year on mellophone. And of course,
I love the mellophone. It's just so nice.
Who's the participant? Fried Crawdaddies.
Yeah. Oh, the Fried Crawdaddies, of course. So the Fried Crawdaddies, I have to say, you're talking about journaling, because I keep a grateful journal, and I've got stacks of them, along with other stuff I've written. But I try to do that every day. Sit down when I get up and write at least 10 things I don't use the word grateful. The word grateful kind of has a little bit of I'm not worthiness of it in the word. So I use the word appreciate. And so I just write, I appreciate,
includes the stuff that you did.
And then I just, whatever 10 or 12 or 15 things come out of my mind, and it sets my day off really good.
I think it's a great way to start things.
Anyway.
I hope my son is listening to that. Lucas,
so I have to say I appreciate the fact that we're all still alive, and we've been through a lot of stuff the last few years with losing bass player and other friends.
It's that time, man.
Yeah, I know. And I have to give a shout out to my buddies in the Fried Crawdaddies, because they are just
every single one of them is my elder statesmen.
I appreciate
they're the cats that I look up to the most.
Every single day I wake up, I think, man, am I lucky to play with these guys.
Dude.
Pete Skolka on guitar and keyboards.
Both outstanding.
Yep. Sean Hennessy on guitar, Kevin Hennessy on bass, Jake Hanselman on the drums, and John D'Agostino on keyboards, and
some weirdo dude named Tony on saxophone.
Oh yeah, saxophone, and flute, and a little bit of harmonica.
Everybody.
That doesn't bother me, man. Everybody's misspelled that, pronounced it wrong my whole life.
Anyway, it's an outstanding group of musicians, and when they do this Last Waltz thing, they're joined by
cast list.
It's incredible.
Here's the cast.
Yeah, check this out.
So we have Violet Vonderhaar's playing Joni Mitchell.
Woo!
Tim Carey's playing Neil Young. Tom Andes is doing Dr. John. Pat Kay is doing Ronnie Hawkins. Scott McCullough is doing Paul Butterfield.
Yeah.
We have had, and you mentioned Bummer. Mm-hmm. So Pete and I were on the road with Bummer for 6 years after a couple years here in the 70s.
Who's doing Bummer this year?
A band called the Booty Ensemble, which became the Kansas City Street Band. And we were, anyway, in the original Kansas City Street Band for 6 years on the road. And my son Jeremiah started on the drums.
There with Bummer at the
Armory.
Yeah, that's the place. Awesome. It was free. What a beautiful resource.
Bummer's not here this year, though, right?
No, he couldn't make it last year. Unfortunately, he lost his wife a couple years ago, and last year he couldn't make it. He doesn't live in Columbia, and she always drove him, and so he hasn't been able to make them. So last year, when he called and said, "Man, I just can't get there," I asked Pete. I said, "Man, Pete, you don't have a feature in this show."
That's right, Pete did it.
That's right, and people don't realize how well you can sing the blues, and of course, we know how well you can play the blues. So
you get ugly with
the part of besides being in the Crawdaddies, a part of Muddy Waters doing Manish Boy. Pete
Very cool.
Skolka will be doing that.
All right.
We do have an extra person that we've added last year and this year both. It's Michael Kivett, who does a lot of work with Byron Neighbors, because we need that extra keyboard because of Garth Hudson, and the band had both Garth on multiple keyboards.
They had
and
so many
Richard
keyboards
Manuel,
on that stage, right?
And Richard Manuel on grand piano.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then Ben Hinkebine, of course, will be Van Morrison again.
Great friend of ours, yeah.
Kevin Walsh is going to kick the show off again as Lawrence Ferlinghetti.
Reading a little poetry.
Famous poem that was recited at the original Last Waltz. Byron Neighbors is Eric Clapton. we want to give a shout out to our great friend Ruth
Acuff, certainly.
Yep. Who has been battling
breast cancer,
fearlessly and courageously battling breast cancer. And I said I'd hold your spot until you tell me what you want to do. That was back in August, and she called me about a month ago and said,
not this year, but
looks like I might have surgery.
She'd been about a year in.
Yeah. Well, she did the last Pink Floyd show.
Mm-hmm.
But she called. She said they scheduled.
Yeah, the Interstellar Overdrive show.
In October. She said they scheduled my surgery in November, and so I can't do it. And so I thought to myself, all right, who am I going to ask?
Meredith.
And I thought,
right?
I thought in my head, Meredith Shaw.
Yeah.
2 hours later, I ran into Meredith, and she was thrilled. And I go, "That's the way I roll, Betty."
Great, I love it.
I think it didn't happen.
You got this,
Ruth. We love you, and Meredith. Great to have you on the program.
Absolutely. Then Mavis Stables again. Roshara Knight is going to do that. She just absolutely brought the house down with Georgia last year.
Yeah, incredible vocalist.
Pop Staples, Sam DiAgostino will do that, and the man who is the most familiar that I've ever met with Bob Dylan, Justin Hickerson, will be doing Bob Dylan again.
I saw Justin earlier today.
Dylan will be doing Neil Diamond, and we're starting getting in that story when the band was in New York and getting going and writing songs and stuff. Neil Diamond was one of their mentors. People are familiar with some of his songs, but they don't realize he wrote.
He wrote so many songs.
Hundreds of
songwriter.
Yeah, lots of the stuff that the Monkees lived off of Neil Diamond songs, I think. But he wrote lots of hits that people didn't know that he wrote.
Underneath all that cheese lied a very good heart.
No, Neil Diamond's super solid. He went to high school. Was in the same school and same class as Barbra Streisand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were classmates. Crazy how that kind of stuff goes. But anyway, all right.
I heard they started out as Siamese twins.
Wow, there's a story there.
I think it was another island.
They ended up as Siamese cats, right?
Exactly. All right, we are top of the hour. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Tony Lotvin, thank you for coming down. The Last Waltz next Saturday.
Next Saturday at the Blue Note, November 30th. And if you're going to come, better get your tickets, or I'm sure there'll be some at the door. Tables are already sold out. Lower balconies almost, if not already sold out.
And I think it's a little less expensive if you buy your ticket up front rather than on the day of the show.
Shy of fees and things, but yeah.
So, but I wouldn't be surprised if it sells out. So, outstanding group of musicians and all kinds of special guests that are just super talented. The Last Waltz, once again, just a cool tradition here.
One more person I got to mention.
Yeah, please.
Kevin Dingman always comes out and does the photography.
The best photography.
Yeah, he's like the Como community photographer, as far as I'm concerned. He's amazing. So he plays the part of Gary Fong. Gary Fong, Martin Scorsese did the filming. Gary Fong was a photographer for the San Francisco Chronicle, and he actually photographed the entire thing.
Incredible.
A few years ago, when they were going through that building, literally a few years ago, they went to some vault that had been hidden behind a wall at the Chronicle building, and they found boxes of his photographs from The Last Waltz that nobody had ever seen before.
Holy cow. Incredible. Mm-hmm. Has that stuff been published yet, or will it be?
I think a few things. The last I read, they were going to publish some of that stuff, but I haven't seen anything since then. But anyway, shout out to Kevin Dingman for everything he does for helping to promote music around here.
Another huge support for that discipline that's his. He's in.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for years. Yeah. So. All right, cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Tony, love you, brother. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Tony Lotvin, the Fried Crawdaddies, The Last Waltz, coming up the 30th November, just next Saturday, all right, at the Blue Note. Okay, so it is. I know. Kurt's like, come on, it's music time. All right. Tavair Dominque with us in the studio this afternoon, and we're going to let him kind of do his thing here for a little bit. Adam Wilson is...
We're listening to 89.5 KOPN.
Yes.
89.5 FM.
On the radio.
Your imagination
and
station.
Online. You got it all.
We got it all here. Tavair Dominque with us. My friend Adam Wilson is with us as well, and Tav and Adam are friends, I think, too.
The best of friends,
right?
We are.
So if you stick around, we'll get a few... Well, actually, we're going to get a good 35 minutes here from Tav or so, but I think if I can talk Adam into playing a song or two, he'll do a couple before the end of the show, and maybe one from Dylan as well.
Yeah,
so,
get them all in here.
Okay, so let's just get it rolling. Tavair Dominque, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Let's do it.
I feel exactly how I'm supposed to feel. Anything else I'd be ill, throwing hard work away. Strangers floating like ghosts through our home. Never felt so alone with you in this space. It feels like a dream caught between the seams of this scenario. Time will move on just as it does. Just as it does. I know exactly what I'm supposed to know. Just want to continue to grow up and away from the pain. Falling out of love reminds me how spending time here in the now can help me see the beauty of this. Feels like a dream caught between the seams of this scenario. Time will move on just as it does. Just as it does. Placing the was. Song called April Fool, and you'll be able to find that here on my upcoming album on December 14th, untitled name so far. This next one is called Pleasantry. Everything you used to. everything you meant to me, or once was everything. Thank you for your time. You don't have to explain this anymore to me. Because of somewhere, start a brand new life on the other side. If you knew how much you upset me, think you'd skip the pleasantries. Right on. Yeah, thank you. So this next song I have for you complains about the world a little bit, because nobody's truly content with the state of the world as it is.
I think that's true. If you are, then I don't know what you think.
It's true. We
And it don't matter left, right, middle. No one can be happy with the way things are.
I'm telling you.
You know, so make them better.
We're hopeful beings. We always want more. Hope is more, but that's okay. So this is called Lament, and it does just that. It complains about the world.
It's Tavair Dominque, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
See, you got the fire smoke in Baltimore, the toxins all up on the shore. You can't even feel your heart, it's clouded by all the aches and sores, the consequences. Setting up defenses, well, it illustrated the menace inside your own mind. And I need you to pay attention to suspense of bankers' visions in the world. It's hurting all the boys and girls like my nieces and my nephews, and it's sure hard to refuse capitalism's dollar. Got me out here wanting to scream and holler, but I keep my composure because of the color of my skin. And to them, the only real sin, that's your power within. So I'll use my tongue wisely, and it'll never be the demise of me. And I'll just keep lamenting in my song. So, hello. It sure is nice to meet you. Hello from Open Mic Radio. I have a few things I like to lament. Let me tell you. See, gas, it's too damn high, and they can make cheaper therapy. Well, they try, but that's not the world that we live in. No, no, not the world we live in. Your heart inside, it's about to explode, and there's too much love in this small space, and it's about to blow. And we knew it would happen one day at your wit's end, and in my defense, the signs have always been there, but did you look? Either way. Okay, so sail with me on this ocean of truth. Listen, I may not have found it all, but I went, well, booth to booth, and I found the And each quote truth is the same, just with different people welling different names. And it has me in an existential mood. I need food, yeah. Oh, I said, where's the food? I said, oh, oh, oh. So, Mr. Darkness, whisper your secrets. Take a moment, well, to tickle my ear and help me enjoy the somber for just a bit longer. Just find a way to end me today, today, today. I said it end me today, today. Oh yeah, yeah. I said it end me today. Ooh. Said it in me today, today, oh yeah, yeah. I said it in me today. I said it in me today. I said it in me. This next song I have for you is called Tethered. It's quite funny being out there on the East Coast. I used to think the barges were huge ships on the Mississippi River, but little did I know that there were way bigger ships out there, being in the Chesapeake Bay, getting to see those. So I wrote a song inspired by those. It's called Tethered. You can find it on my demo album that I released last year. It's called Missouri, lovingly. This is called Tethered. Ships leaving the harbor, it's still tethered to the dock. Ready to see the world, only held back by my thoughts. Assumed I was stronger, but even the strong get held back. Assumed I was stronger, but now I'm fading to black. Oh. I don't know how to move on now without you by my side. I don't know how to move on now, 'cause you're my ride or die. Even though we fight, avoid as long as I can and live in ignorant bliss. See, I still want to push through, even though my feelings you dismiss, so it's giving me grit, that ignorant bliss, as I'm tethered to the dock. And I'm just a man held back by his thoughts, that ignorant bliss, as I'm tethered to the dock. Oh, and I'm just a man held back by his thoughts. Oh, so help me now. Ships leaving the harbor, is still tethered to the dock. This next song I have for you is part of a very fun series, fun to me at least. It's
a 10-part series called the Sagacious Traveler series, and it talks about me going back to my younger self with all kinds of advice, pockets of wisdom, and sometimes frustrating conversations to no avail of convincing my younger self of change. This is part 3, and it's nicknamed Armageddon. And it goes a little something like this. I said, hey, hey, my friend, don't you worry about the end and all the things that you see all around. Hey, my friend, oh, until the very end, contemplate the earth and moon and stars. I said, hey, my friend, don't you worry about the end, all the things that you see all around. Hey, my friend, until the very end, and contemplate that earth and moon and stars. I said, hey, my friend, oh, no, it ain't the end. It ain't quite time for you to call it quits quite yet. And hey, my friend, on my word you can depend, 'cause this word is yours and mine the same. I said, hey, my friend, don't you worry about the end, because the end will come sooner than you think. So beware, my friend, don't be focused on the end, because the end will come when the end will come. End'll come when the end'll come. Spend your time in the here and now. Thank you.
Very, very nice and wonderful advice as well.
Yeah, it's for my younger self. I don't know if he would have listened to it, but by golly, I made 10 parts about it and as a song series.
Well, I love it. It's easy to worry and worry and worry, but the truth is no one knows the future, so worrying about it is really not that valuable. And just live in the now and appreciate what you got while you got it, because you may not have it forever. You certainly won't have it forever.
No,
and so dig it while you got it, right? And do what you can while you got the chance to do it.
Yes, because we did enough just by waking up and existing.
That's right. I've said to friends and others at times, if I gave you, if you could get $1 million, if I could give you $1 million tonight, would that be enough for you to say that you don't want to? That you don't want to wake up tomorrow? Mm-hmm. And very few people have ever. I don't have $1 million to give, but the point is this: is that your life is worth more than that, and so it's always it can be rough, sure. I mean, life's not it ain't easy all the time, but it's also wonderful.
Yeah, it's good to detach yourself from all of the things that make us feel like we aren't worthy of that life because, you take away family, you take away the need for money and all these things. And we are quite extraordinary beings as functioning and processing, walking around, traveling 900 miles to get here on the road. I love human beings because we don't think about how often we trust on the road, and that's a beautiful thing.
You're trusting everybody else out there.
Everybody. I'm hoping everybody is
paying attention and
took the classes they need to or done whatever they need to be able to function correctly on the road.
Well, it's a wild world, and the truth is, none of us really know what's really going on. So,
oh man,
so enjoy it and make the best of it and try to help others in the meantime. I mean, it's so much nicer with friendship and with or more pleasant, I guess is a better way to put it. I don't like the word nice that much anymore, but it's so much more pleasant with good friends and honest relationships, and it just makes it better, even in the middle of things that aren't always great, but that helps you get through.
Yeah, I'm not much of a person for silver linings or devil's advocate because I feel in a way it invalidates people, and you should always validate that person's feelings as they are because they are their own. You don't know what timeline they had to go through to get those feelings or why they are. But it's so nice to have a music community that's what our music does, and when you have love of it and your community, that's that validation. Just get you a little bit further.
All right, let's get a few more here from Tavair Dominque. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We're on the web at kopn.org, 89.5 on the FM dial, and your imagination station. Great to be here this afternoon. Once again, Tavair Dominque.
This song is called You Can't Break Me.
Thought that you could break my heart. It's not easy to do. You assume that you could make me hurt, but there's been many before you. So go ahead and stand in line. Queue is longer. It's a theme park. Stay this summer Saturday. Silliness keeps my anger at bay. My energy's depleted. I must be receded to the skeptic and the cynic within. It's a firefight with thermite, inevitable demise of the refuse and the waste that you bring. To me. Oh, you thought that you could break me down. Things don't work like that for me because I'm stronger now, stronger than I used to be. Oh, your hate potion was mixed so well. First I choked on it, but now I mix it up myself. And I love the taste of it and drink it on a regular basis. My energy depleted, I must be receded to the skeptic and the cynic thing. It's a firefight with thermite, the inevitable demise of the refuse and the waste that you bring. Oh, that you bring. Oh, to me. Oh, you thought that you could break my heart, but it's not easy to do. You assume that you could make me hurt, but there's been many before you.
Thank you. I got one more song for you here. You can find this on all streaming platforms. Worked with a band there, or a studio in Baltimore called the Watermelon Room. So shout out to Garrett Long out there. This song is called Overthinking, and much like the January Lantern song, this is based around ADHD.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Tavair Dominque, how about it? All right. Hey, Tav, what do you say we drag Nathan in here and have him play a song for us?
Get him in here.
We've got Tavair Dominque with us in the studio this afternoon. Absolutely psyched to do this.
Thank you so much, dude. This is so much fun.
Nathan James, great friend of ours, performs under the moniker Hardy but Hardly, which is actually quite clever if you think about it. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna get a song from Nathan. And hey, so Tav, I want one more for the end of the show. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I can definitely do that.
Okay, so we'll say one from Tav for the end of the show. We're gonna get one from Nathan. We're gonna get one from Dylan McCord, and we'll get one from Adam Wilson before we roll out of here. How about that for a full, fun-filled freaking radio show. How about that? All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Tavair Dominque, find him out there and about. I think he gave you the ways to do that. But Tavair Dominque is easy enough to find out there on social media and on the streaming platforms. All right. So Tav and Nathan are friends from way back in the day, apparently, and we're gonna get one from Nathan. You guys should do a collaboration at some point. Is that on the ticket here or on
it may be. We were listening to an old mixtape in a 2000 Chevy Silverado, because it's the only tape player we have, and we were listening to something from probably 2009, 2010.
Yeah, sure enough.
So we have collaborated, but we do need to bring something new to the table.
It's true.
Well, it's cool that you're friends from back in the day, and that you get to be able to kind of keep the thing moving here.
Yeah,
so,
we were busking down there today at Broadway.
I loved it. That was great when you were down by the Hall Theater today. It was awesome. So, all right, let's have one here from Hardy But Hardly, Mr. Nathan James.
I played this one last time, but I just like it so much. This one's called To a God Unknown.
It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Teach me how not to love. There's so many things that I'm unsure of. To a God unknown, I sing my soul. Oh, brother, we came from the same place. But hear me when I say life's not a race. God unknown, I sing my soul in the hopes that maybe I'm wrong. But I won't put my faith in the common man. But can't you see me reaching for your hand? Oh, my lover, every love song has been sung. And what can I sing when every bone has been wrong? Oh, to a God unknown, I sing my soul. Common man, but can't you see me reaching for your hand? I think these thoughts in my head, and what has been said has been said. Living life all alone. I don't think anyone can do this all on their own.
I'm too proud to look into the sky. I can't spend my life and my time asking what's who I gotta know. I sing my soul in the hopes that maybe I'm wrong. No, I won't put my faith in the coming man. But can't you see me reaching for your hand? Can't you see me reaching for your hand? Can't you see me reaching for your hand?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the time.
Nathan, always a pleasure.
Always, always.
Incredible. All right, so Nathan James, you find him out there, Hardy but Hardly, performing out and about. What do you got coming up, Nate?
I think I'm actually playing at Rocheport, potentially the Rocheport General Store next Friday. That's potential.
Okay.
They haven't gotten back to me, but yes,
All right,
that might
all
be
right,
potential.
all right. I love it. That's a fun little venue.
The Wild West.
Right down there where Justin and I hang out. Justin Hickerson in the house, by the way. Good to see you, my brother.
Columbia.
How are you, my friend?
Good.
How's that wood unloading and chopping and cutting and loading and unloading?
It's woody.
It is woody.
Very woody.
It's been a very woody fall for me. Lots of ash wood that is no longer living.
Yeah, you done a bunch of tree dropping.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. All right, we are getting a little bit tight for time here, so we are going to say hello to my great friend Adam Wilson, and he is going to play a song or two for us, and just great to see you, Adam, as always.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? It's been a little bit.
I'm doing good. It has been a while.
What are you up to these days?
Yeah, same old. Making music.
Yeah,
I just put out an album last month.
You and Dylan were talking about something outside.
Oh yeah, Dylan and I were talking about a lot of things outside. Dylan came in and we immediately started talking about like some really interesting perspective and existential stuff. Anyways, same stuff though. Making music, but I have an album. Trying to play. I'm playing with New Hughes, which just played a show last night. It's Jack. Spider Kelly, Jack, all types of projects, but
yeah. What's New Hughes' angle?
I'd say like post-punk rock, like not all the way grunge, but like right in between there, like Sonic Youth kind
cool.
of stuff.
I like it.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah. And what are you doing with them?
I'm playing drums.
Nice.
Yeah, and I've played drums. I'm kind of like, I'm not a drummer, but like if you need a drummer for a show, hit me up, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sort of like that. I'm not a very good drummer, but I can keep a beat. That kind of thing.
And like I record all my own drums and do that, so like I feel like I'm definitely a good enough drummer, but I just like it's not my instrument.
Not your thing.
Yeah, I gotta chime in here and say, like, if you want to hear an amazing producer, an amazing songwriter, an amazing vocalist, please listen to his
Adam
stuff
Wilson,
out there.
Now
Like,
he's got a ton of stuff.
this is my
out
baby
there.
boy right here.
Tavair is.
How do you guys know each other to begin with?
Oh my gosh. So
okay,
Tavair,
so long story.
Yeah, Tavair's been around in my life for probably like 6 years, 5 years, something like that, since I was a young little lad. And when Ruby Lane started, Tavair was pretty much kind of been around.
I think when you guys were here, when you guys performed originally with Ruby Lane, I think Tom called that day.
He made my day that day.
Yeah,
I was feeling like,
how long did you move away?
2.5, almost 3 years ago, coming up this summer. Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
So that show was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
amazing.
Three years ago, I lost my angel wings when Tavair left Columbia. But here we are. It's back. I'm flying tonight. I feel good. Tavair's right next to me.
And again, if you're not familiar with Adam Wilson's music, you can check him out. Dr. Pepper, I think, is one of the monikers. Is that your Spotify as well? Or
So
no?
that's my SoundCloud, just because I decided to change the name to something cool and funny.
Right.
But that is it's my nickname.
Well, anyway, fine. I mean, what's the best way to find
Adam Wilson is all on the streaming platforms for all my stuff.
Okay, and yeah, Adam's a remarkably talented artist, and thrilled to have you back here as always, and play a song or two for us. All right?
Yeah. So this first one and the second one are both off the album. This first one's called 22, and I'm turning 22 soon, so that's cool. And I was born on the 22nd. It's kind of my number now. So.
All right. That's
so young, so fresh.
Open Mic Radio. It's KOPN Columbia. This is Adam Wilson. Cause my big brother put me on the way to the wake. Lou got me on the ropes, but I fall with the look on her face. Ice out, with my hood up high if you see me awake. Wanna see you today, need you out of my way. Need you back in my life, thought you wanted the space. I be smoking a lot, take it all to the face. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm in too deep, baby, you was out of my reach. Getting faded by myself, see who I'm supposed to be. 22, taking less than I done put you through. Just cause I'm the best at what I wanna do. Listen, cause I gotta move.
Thank you. That one's pretty quick. There's more stuff if you listen to it on the album. And
Let's do one more quick one now.
Got you. Anyways, this one is called K-Hole. It's the title track from the album. So I hope you enjoy it.
Fall asleep tonight and escape would be nice. Too many pills when you on my mind, so just stay, it's alright. Still think I wasted all my time, cause I just spent it by myself. You wanna be a part of life, wanna treat somebody well, so don't bleed out over me. I see my teeth falling down when I was on my knees. I hate these pain pills, you couldn't stand to see me in this deep. Wake up, hey, I always wanted peace. Still think I wasted all my time, cause I just spent it by myself. You wanna be a part of life, I couldn't want somebody else. Still think I wasted all my time, cause I just spent it by myself.
couldn't want somebody else. Still think I wasted all my time, 'cause I just spent it by myself. You wanna be a part of life, I couldn't want somebody else.
Thank you.
How about it, Adam Wilson?
Thank you for having me.
All right.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
Check out the album. It's on everything.
I love it.
K-hole.
I love it. Okay,
such a young guy doing really awesome things. Man. Thank you, Adam.
What's your current band situation? Are you playing with anybody regularly? Or are you planning to put a band together? Are you recording new material? What's happening?
I think I technically have a regular band because Parker Costello is like pretty committed to playing drums. Just
Cool.
Need to get a show scheduled.
You got a drummer? You got a band?
That ain't that the truth, man. Ain't that the truth? Wow. But, yeah.
I'm trying to think about something else to clip there, but
any local bands like my music, hit me up to put together a show.
And you'll do yourself
in.
Yeah. I love it. All right, Adam. Cheers.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night. Love you.
Okay, we are getting against clock here, so we're going to say hello to my good friend Dylan McCord. And Dylan performs with a project called Zawata. He's also one of the greatest sound guys that I've ever come across in my life, and certainly here in Missouri. I'm fortunate enough to hang around with him and play some music with him now and again, and he also does sound for us here at the radio station when we do more complicated things. So anyway, he is a wonderful musician in his own right, and it's just a thrill to be a part of his scene. So
Hagen, it's a part of your scene, and it's a scene that we've been creating together. Like, man, I'm so team you. It's awesome.
Yeah, we got some good things maybe on the horizon too, right?
Pay very close attention to what me and Mike are doing. We can't talk about too much because we ain't got no finalized plans, and we don't want to talk about winning until the end of the game.
Yeah.
But we're going full steam on a number of things that are going to benefit
the musical community and the community in general, certainly. Yes.
Right.
All right. Well, that being said, maybe you'll play a song for us.
I will, and it topically has to do with this very topic. The song's called "The World We're Living In."
I love it.
We can only change what we can change with what we can reach. And the need to reach further than that is very daunting. So stop doing that. Just touch what you can touch.
That's
and
right.
Change it.
I love it. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, Dylan McCord.
This is the 5-string version because I broke a string while I was tuning up. Step out into the light, my son. I hope you know that you're the one that can change the world you're living in. Please believe me when I tell you how I know we can fly and be proud right now. This will change the world we're living in. When you learn to love like fathers and mothers, and all become like sisters and brothers, and you know that you are not alone, this will change the world you're living in. So many waiting to meet the you I know, to know your heart and watch it grow. this will change the world you're living in. Step out into the light, everyone. I hope you know that you're the ones that can change the world you're living in. And this will change the world you're living in. This will change the living it in. Yar.
All right, how about it?
Yo,
Okay,
that voice is. Can I say sexy on the radio?
yeah, man, you can.
Man, that voice is sexy.
You can say sexy ass.
Sexy
you can say
ass.
sweet titties. You can say a lot of that stuff.
Oh man, I
You can
love
put some
it.
powdered sugars on some mammary glands and call them sweet.
That's
So sexy.
I love.
Thank you guys.
Oh man,
I love
Means
it.
the world to me, man.
Dylan McCord. All right. We are going to get one more from our good friend Tavair
Absolutely, got a
Dominque
short
on the way
one
out of
for
here.
you.
Let me say quickly that thanks. All right. I got a whole list of people here. So Ian from Kansas City, appreciate the phone call. Tavair, Nathan, Dylan, Justin, who else?
Kurt.
Adam and I'm sorry, Adam's here. Kristen, Andrew, Tony.
Yeah,
Anyway, we had a full show today.
kit
So
and caboodle.
thanks to everybody for listening. I'm also getting all kinds of text messages, people telling us that they're enjoying the show. So thank you very much to everyone who's listening. Quick shout out to Cafe Berlin. We thank our listener supporters and Cafe Berlin for the support of the station. Cafe Berlin features ongoing live music and events from a wide variety of local and nationally touring acts. They offer full-service cocktail bar and a rotating selection of microbrews on draft. Schedule some upcoming shows and social media stuff at Cafe Berlin Como. All right. Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up here. One more from Tavair on the way out here. I will say that coming up next week, I'm not sure what I might not be on the air next week, depending on what's going on with Thanksgiving.
Thanks for the Giving Day.
Yeah, but the 7th, we will have Rocket Kirshner. Megan Boyan Band was going to be with us, the Megan Boyer Band, I should say, on the 7th of December, but we had to cancel that show for a schedule conflict. But we'll come up with something for the 7th. We have Outer Mind on the 21st of December, Ex-Gentlemen coming up, Wilson Park Rangers, Pink Houses, Secular Era. A shout out to Dylan Lewis and Secular Era. They've got new music. I've been trying to get Dylan on the phone here, but we're just running out of time lately. But we'll get him in the next couple weeks
Well,
here.
speaking of that, man, on behalf
Right.
of our show and the station, I want to apologize to Taylor Swift and Diamond David Lee Roth once again for
once
just
again,
running out of time.
we couldn't get to you, Taylor, and we couldn't get to David either. But anyway, all right, a quick one now from Tavair, and then Kurt, you'll get us out of here.
Sure
all right?
enough.
All right. What you got, Taff?
Neither Nate nor I grew up celebrating birthdays, and so I don't know the birthday song, so I made my own song. So you can find this on my Missouri album on all streaming platforms. Happy birthday, it's a phenomenal day. This day is just for you, and we're here to celebrate, 'cause it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. You could have a piece of pie, or maybe a slice of cake, 1,000 candy bars, or just stay home and crochet, 'cause it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. So here's another year for you to appreciate. The time is moving fast, so be careful not to waste it. But it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's it. That's the birthday song that I have. You know? I figure it's about the same length as the other one. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's get on a mass.
All right, Tavair Dominque. I love it. All right, everybody else, appreciate it. Email address, Mike Hagan, MikeHagan.com. The website, MikeHagan.com. Send me music. All right, you've been listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. I hope you all enjoy the weekend. And be cool to yourself. Be cool to other people out there. Stick around. Rosh Hashanah Reggae Party. All right? We'll catch y'all next week. Kurt, get us out of here, brother.